Okay folks, get your Instapots ready again. Today we're going to make a pumpkin cheesecake. Or you can call it a pumpkin spice cheesecake if you'd like. Either way, today I'm going to use organic pumpkin, the whole can. So let's do this together, and I promise you, once again, this will be the easiest pumpkin cheesecake you will ever make. It's going to be awesome. First thing we're going to do is make the crust, and for that we're going to use old-fashioned ginger snap cookies. This is a 10-ounce package. I'm going to use about half a bag, so that's about 20 to 25 cookies. So I'm going to put these in the food processor and zip those up real quick. So you can see they're pretty small. We'll pour that in a bowl, and then I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of melted butter. That's it. This is going to stand on its own for flavor. So I'll mix that up real quick. Okay. So that is the consistency of like slightly moistened sand. So that'll pack nicely. It won't be too wet or too dry. No other flavors are needed. And now I have my 6.5 by 3-inch pan here with the removable lid here. So what I'm going to do is take some parchment paper, and I have a little piece from last time. I'm going to pop this bottom out, and I'm going to wrap that in the parchment paper real quick. So I just wrap that around there and pop that back in. And then I'll take some spray pan and I'll give it a quick little dust, and then dump this in. And then I like to use a drinking glass and just press that all around nice and firm. And now while I'm mixing up my batter, I'm going to throw this in the freezer real quick just to chill out that butter a little bit. Okay, I'm going to make this really simple. I'm going to mix everything in this big bowl all at once because there's no need to do it any other way. First thing I'm going to do is take a 2-pack of Philadelphia cream cheese. That's 16 ounces. I'm going to microwave that really quickly just to melt that down to room temperature. Just like that, 1 minute in the microwave, no tin foil on them. Make it nice and easy to mix. I'm going to add 1 can of organic pumpkin. So this is organic, which whatever you like there, you can use regular. I look at the ingredients here and it says organic pumpkin. That's it, nothing else. You could use pumpkin that you grow or buy from the store and bake down if you would like. I'd probably do 2 cups of that. Either way, I'm going to add the whole can. Because if you're going to make a pumpkin cheesecake, you want it to be really have some pumpkin in it. A lot of cheesecakes out there only have like a cup of pumpkin or a smidgen of this or a smidgen of that. That's not really a pumpkin cheesecake. That's a cheesecake with a little pumpkin in it. So this is like a whole can of pumpkin. Now I'm going to add 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground allspice, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, 2 tablespoons of pumpkin pie spice, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, a half a cup of brown sugar, a 1/4 a cup of white sugar, and a 1/4 a cup of white flour. So now I'm just going to take my bowl of ingredients, mix that all up. Cheesecake hotline. Yes, mix all of the ingredients at the same time in one bowl. Don't worry about it. Now give it a taste test. Ah, perfect. Okay, and now I pulled my pan with the crust out of the freezer, and it was just in there for literally 5 minutes while I mixed up the batter, and it is nice and firm. So I'll just set that down, take my bowl with my mixture, and pour everything into the container. This is going to be the most amazing pumpkin cheesecake ever. I'm so excited for this. And that's all settled in there. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Give that a smell first. Now we just have to cook that. All right, here's the Instapot, and this is a 6-quart duo, and with that I have a trivet. So what I'm going to do is put my cheesecake on the trivet, and I'm going to put 1 cup of water in the Instapot first. That is the most important thing because it steams the cheesecake. And I'll take my cheesecake on the trivet and I'll lower that into the Instapot right in the center. And then I'll take my lid, lock it in, and then put the seal to lock position. Now let's program this together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to pressure cook, or you would do manual if you don't have a pressure cook. It's on high pressure. And now I'm going to keep the keep warm button off. And now I'm going to, it's set for an hour, I'm going to knock that down to 40 minutes. That's it. So now as soon as that heats up and gets hot, it's going to pressure cook that. Okay, now it's on. It'll heat up in a couple minutes here, and that will pressure cook that for 40 solid minutes. There we have it. The timer just started. So pumpkin cheesecake is cooking. Okay, timer just went off. 40 minutes has passed, and now I'm going to let that rest for another 40 minutes. You can do 20 or 30, that's fine. But just to keep it simple, I just think 40 and 40. So do not break the seal for 40 minutes. Okay, 40 more minutes has passed, so that's steam it for 40 minutes, rest for 40 minutes. Let's blow the lid here. It's completely done with the pressure, so we'll pop that off. There we have it. Let's pull that out. And we'll put that right here. Now that that's done, I'm just going to take a paper towel here and I'm just going to siphon off some of the water that was left over from the steaming. There's absolutely no reason to cover this with anything. You don't need to do any extra steps, so I'll just blot a little tiny bit of water off with the paper towel, and that is just fine. That's all you have to do. And now let's bring this over and put this in the refrigerator. Now when you refrigerate your cheesecakes out of the Instapot, it's recommended that you do it for at least 4 hours. That means a minimum of 4 hours. It'd be better to do 8 hours, or even better overnight, because it just cools it down and it sets for longer. It's still morning time here, so I'm going to put this in the fridge and have it for dinner tonight, so that will be in there for about 8 hours. See you in about 8 hours.
Now we gotta make some homemade whipped cream. We got 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and now we gotta whip the ingredients with the zip stick. Taste test time. That's delicious.
All right, it's been about 8 hours. You can come on out of there. You're done chilling out. Look at that. All right, let's bring that over here. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this, put the trivet over there. Need your Star Wars coffee cup, and look at that.
Nice.
How's that for yummy? So watch this.
Delicious.
So I'm gonna take my spatula and slide it right between the ginger snap crust and the parchment paper. Okay. Take that off. Put it right down there. Now it's time to cut. Nice and dense. Look at that. Look at that. Fresh homemade whipped cream on top. There we go. A little extra for Samuel.
Time for a taste test. This is so good.
Second taste test. It is absolutely delicious. You can definitely taste the pumpkin in it.
Okay.
All right, first of all, before I dive into this fresh homemade Instapot pumpkin cheesecake, I have to say that we try a lot of recipes in this house and we do a lot of cooking, and before we do a video, we make sure that we come up with our own recipe. It's usually a combination of many, many recipes. And we vote on the first place winner, and we only put the first place winners on the YouTube for our Instapot collection. So this is the first place winner for the pumpkin cheesecake, and I am so excited to try this. Oh my God, that is insane. That is so good. You have to try this. I am not kidding. Take a bite of this right now. Seriously, it is amazing. After making this, you will never ever make another pumpkin cheesecake ever again in your life. That's how good this is. And you have to make the homemade whipped cream too. It is so good.
Yeah, it's such a good add-on.
Yep. Thanks for doing that, Samuel. Well, thanks for watching. Twin Cities Adventures out.